following is a production of Dirty Mo Media. Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download, coming in from the beach in South Carolina. TJ's in the studio. How you doing, TJ?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Still excited about this past weekend at North Wilkesboro. So we're going to talk a lot about that. Travis is with us as well. Travis, you watched the race, I'm assuming.
I did.
Yeah. See you, boy. Almost get it done. Yeah. I saw your tweets. Enough. Yep. Trying to reel him in. Couldn't do it.
Travis was tweeting during a race? No way.
Oh, yeah.
Joey, the car was unbeatable.
This episode is presented by Arby's. Don't forget about Arby's new meat and 3 box. You get more meal for your money at Arby's. We have the meats. That's their slogan. Everybody knows that. Let's dive into it, man. We got Marcus calling in later. We got Dirty Mo Doe. We got Ash Jr. And
winner.
We're coming off. Yeah, we're coming. Well, we're not doing the winner.
Oh, I thought we were.
No, told the winner to take a hike.
Okay, yeah, screw it.
Yeah.
He beat Denny, and I said, not on this show.
So, all right. So let's dive into it. There's a lot here. We had practice. I guess that's one thing I wanted to talk about. We had practice during the race weekend, and that is a massive debate, I think, in the industry of whether we should practice or whether we should not practice, especially coming off of the news that we're going to Daytona with a new package, and there will be no practice. So, NASCAR said that decision was made because the teams and NASCAR got together, and they're like, with the changes we're making, it doesn't warrant the need, and the teams don't want it. They're not going to go out there and draft in big packs and learn what we think they would typically learn, 20 years ago. So I don't disagree with that. If the teams are fine with that, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah,
but
I agree too.
Yeah. I will tell you, though, the practice conversations are a very interesting one for me because everybody's right. Both sides are right about this. The teams will tell you that practice makes the racing, I don't want to say the word worse. Practice makes the cars more close together. Everybody finds a little more speed. Everybody gets a little, the cars already show up to the racetrack, TJ, and run really, really close, don't they? If you give them,
yes, really competitive,
very close. I watched the board as practice is happening, and you can look at every car. I don't care if they've ran 20 laps, 30 laps, 40 laps. They're all running the same lap time. Okay? And if you give them an hour of practice, they're going to dial that in even tighter. So that's true. But even with all that said, somebody's got to be the fastest. Somebody's got to be the slowest. And as we're watching practice happen, I can see that Bell's got the best car. I can see that Larson. I can see that Larson is the second best car. I can see that Byron, Hamlin, Logano are the next group. I can see the rest of the fast cars are Blaney, Bowman, Zilisch is actually pretty good. Gibbs is fast. I can see all these things. It's telling me a story. Practice is teeing me up for the race on Sunday. And so I'll just say, as a broadcaster and a fan, practice is important to me. Might it hurt the product on the racetrack? Yes. Might the teams all have a good point about, we don't need to practice at Daytona, Talladega. We're not going to go out there and get in packs and draft like we used to. Would it hurt them to have 10, 15 minutes so some team that doesn't race every week doesn't show up and go out and qualify on the ground, hitting the racetrack or bouncing all over the place, like what was it, Connor Daly at Daytona that one time? Wasn't that him?
Yeah,
the car's just bouncing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be nice. Give him 15, 20 minutes, just a couple one key run, a little practice key run. But anyhow, I'm sitting here looking at all my notes from practice, and it helped me as a broadcaster and as a fan. I'm imagining I don't broadcast every race, but I would watch and look at practice times regardless, and go, man, it looks like Bell's going to be good. And so when we turn on we turn the cameras on Sunday, and they say, all right, broadcaster, what are we going to see today? Well, I can look at practice and go, man, I think Bell and Larson were the two best cars. And here's a couple other guys I think might have good runs today. It's hard to tell that story without any practice.
Yeah. I think one part that the got left out a little bit is that we're all there on the track at the same time too. Like everyone has the same opportunity to run. You don't have like, well, this guy was faster 30 minutes later than what this guy. You know what I mean? The different groups make a difference.
I do not like the groups.
I didn't like them either.
Yeah, I like them all out there. I like them qualifying together, racing together, practicing together. We don't race in groups. I don't understand the group, but that's not for me to decide. That's just one thing I want to talk about with practice. I know that there's a ongoing conversation, and NASCAR said even as early as the end of this year, we'll see more practice at racetracks, especially going into next year, or they're going to double the amount of practice that we have, and I'm liking that. I know even at the risk that it might make everybody a little more similar in times and speeds on Sunday. I mean, that's kind of what practice.
We're already close though. The only the biggest, we're already super close. Like it's not making that big of a difference to me. What it does help is what you said. It helps the Connor Daly. Like we weren't very good in practice. We made a lot of changes in practice, and if we didn't have that longer practice together right there, we're probably not. Our car was pretty good in the race, but we had that practice to figure it out. And I'm sure other guys made their cars better too. And I mean,
dude, I'm gonna tell yeah.
Is there a concern though that like with JGR and Hendrick, the bigger ones, the more practice time they're gonna be able to advantage too?
Who cares? Who cares about that? Yeah. So listen,
they already unload super fast to me.
I don't mean to dismiss that point. That's rude of me, but I'll take it back to Zilisch, right? He goes out there and he practices, and I put him in my best of the rest kind of category because he was 6th on the board in 10-lap averages, and he had a lap time, I think his best lap time overall. Well, that was early. Yeah, he was 6th on the board, 7th on the board in 5-lap averages, 6th on the board in 10-lap averages, and his best lap was 13th. This dude, if you go back and look at Zilisch over the summer, I bet he ain't ran 400 laps total, right? He was wrecking out all them races or having problems, having goofy happen. Had more goofy happen on pit road on Sunday. But that driver, that guy that come off of the Xfinity Series with 10 wins or whatever last year, going into a rookie year, needs practice. Guys like him need practice. I can't say that strongly enough. And so at the risk that, Gibbs gets better, Hendrick gets better, everybody that's smart gets smarter, I think it's so necessary for the back half of the field as well, Travis, to be able to, like, front row and all these teams, they don't get to try. They just got to, they can show up and take some risks and some gambles on their race day setup, but can they really learn anything and try to really dial in some stuff on their car? I mean, it helps everybody a little bit, but I think it's
the team that it could really help is they're not young but colleague, because they don't have the sim.
They don't have sim.
So you get AJ out there on the track and let him just get more track time.
Yeah. I think like the Gibbs and the Hendrick cars might make a small percentage gain. Of course, they're gonna Denny's going to be able to dial his car in just a little bit more, Bell, all them guys. But the back half, like you said, Denny might make his car 2% better.
Yeah.
But the back half's gaining 7, 8,
15%.
10%.
Yeah.
Yes, they're big chunks. And that's like,
I mean, I think it's a good move. The expense or the cost conversation is a wash for me. They're spending that money somewhere else. They're spending it at the sim. They're spending it somewhere.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's so anyhow, I just wanted to have that conversation. Let's dive into North Wilkesboro. And Wilkesboro to me is a fantastic race weekend ticket for a fan. You get some. This weekend to me is a showcase of stock car racing. You get some grassroots racing with the Cars Tour. You get trucks. You may get Xfinity or Riley. I'm sorry. You may get a Riley in the future. And you get the Cup stuff. So to me, I mean, it is just, if you're a fan and you're like, man, I want to get to go to a couple of races a year, I would absolutely put Wilkesboro on the map for me as a place I need to go to. Because of everything that you get to experience in those 3 or 4 days, plus the the concerts, and there's so much stuff out around or outside of the racetrack, in terms of food and entertainment for the fans. So it's a really, really fun weekend. Great environment, great vibe.
It does have a good vibe.
It has a good vibe. You can't get, a lot of people aren't going to get that or understand that watching on TV. They're not going to get it. But if you just got to go, I don't know, you just got to go there and be there to understand what I mean when we're talking about the vibe and the feeling. It's very nostalgic. Super. It's like a museum. It's really, really cool.
You can probably feel the ghost of the past drivers there, where like if you go to another speedway, like you just don't have that feel.
Yeah. I said that on the pre-race show. So I show up about 30 minutes early every pre-race. I get to the desk. Marty is sitting there practicing his lines and reading, and he's prepping. He works hard, Marty Smith. And I get there early because I like to get my mind wrapped around what we're about to do. And he says, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Man." And he started talking about the track and all that, and just he's like, "What you thinking? So what you think about this?" And I said, "Man, I'm gonna tell you, I was driving into the racetrack. We did a 9-minute produced piece on the track that everybody saw in segment 3 during the pre-race. Fantastic piece that TNT put together." And I did a big long form interview for that. I did another interview with Jordan Bianchi about the racetrack. I did dozens of interviews around this track, and every one of them asked me, what is it about North Wilkesboro and why do I love it and want it back so badly? And I had to confess to Marty when he asked me that question before the show Sunday that it isn't about North Wilkesboro. North Wilkesboro was just another stop in a long season when I was a kid. And I begged Daddy to let me go to all the races, and Wilkesboro was one that I often got a yes because of its proximity to our house. So I would get to go up there with him on Fridays for practice or Saturday for practice, and then obviously Sunday for the race. And I just had so many cool memories of going to the track with Dad. And it wasn't Wilkesboro that I wanted to get back. It was getting closer to those memories. You know, you're going to lose people in your life. I don't want to get all serious here, but you're going to lose your family members. You're going to lose things that you love, that you don't even know you love. And those things are going to go away somehow, someday. Things change in life, and it's just the way it is. But getting Wilkesboro back, and the reason why I guess I was part of that process or emphatic about it coming back or trying to get it back, wasn't about North Wilkesboro, the track. It was about getting closer to those things we had lost. And I pulled into that racetrack yesterday or Sunday, and I immediately recognized that it wasn't Wilkesboro that I was wanting to bring back. It was all of those memories and my dad and my friends, Jimmy Mean's son, Brad, and all the fun we used to have running around that racetrack when we were kids. It was getting closer to those memories, trying to turn the clock back and get that feeling in your heart again that you had when you were there as a kid. That's what it was about. And so Marty goes, man, you got to say that on the show. And I was like, I think that's a little bit too serious for the show. He's like, no, that's perfect. He's like, I was going to go to you anyways, right off the bat. Say that. So that's kind of how we started the show. And as soon as I got done talking, McMurray looks across the table and goes, man, I thought Marty's open was good, but that was pretty serious and solid, what you just said. So I was pretty happy about it. But Wilkesboro is just a really neat place, and I think you get a really good amount of racing and a good experience for your ticket, for your purchase, your investment. All of the, I just like it. They're always kind of making the place better too.
They are, yeah. It's a little bit upgraded this time.
Little bits and pieces here. They're learning with every trip that we make up there to race. They learn little things that need to get better, right?
Yeah. I'm sure some guys like the crossover without a tunnel. I don't even mind it. Like,
yeah, I don't have to worry about that because I don't really get inside there too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm
sure people that get out of the race early are like, yeah, they probably don't like it too much.
I like to get in the garage and try to just hear a few things from some people just to see what the vibe is or the conversation is in the garage. But, I didn't really mind it. I kind of like that inconvenience, if you will. I kind of like it because it throws back to. That's how it was.
Walking
at a lot
across
of
the track
tracks.
is kind of like, it does throw it back. I mean, you got to cross the track to get into the place, and it does have that nostalgic feel to it still. And honestly, I think the experience is good overall. I like going there.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to avoid the elephant in the room. The race on Sunday was, we're in the middle of the broadcast, and I'm sitting there thinking, golly, this is a bit of an ass whooping. And I was expecting that to be a possibility. Like, I'm not going to pretend that, all the races that I saw as a kid there were just thrillers. I went, there was one particular race that Brett Bodine won. They ran so many damn green flag laps in that race, nobody knew who was first, second, or third by the end of it. There was a big debate about who actually won the race.
The scores.
Yeah, man, it was just like it lulled everybody into a zombie-ish state. That the scoring was a bit debatable by the end of it. But I mean, Brett won the race. Not to create any controversy there. He won the race, but it was just it's 400 laps of just green flag racing, and by the end of it, there were one or two cars on the lead lap. So I mean, I knew that was a real possibility with our race. We'd seen some All-Star races, had some of that as well. And so, was that really what I wanted to see? No, I didn't really want to tune in and see Joey lead 300-something laps, but I knew it was a possibility. We have, and I'm not going to, blame the short track package or anything like that. That is what I had seen. That's the kind of race that I had seen, regardless of the generation of race car. And so
they were just fast, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
when we go,
also you had Gibbs with a penalty. You had a bad timed caution that put some people lap down. So it was a lot of things that I mean, Logano was the best, but a lot of things helped him too.
That was the one. That was absolutely correct. So, like, the race starts out, you got, the 12 going to the rear, which was unfortunate for him, but gave us something to pay attention to as he's kind of climbing through the field.
Yeah.
But there were
some other guys in the back too. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. But Ty Gibbs is up there. They're racing. Him and SVG have a hell of a battle for the stage win at the end of stage 1, and it's shaping up to be quite a pretty interesting race. Well, I can see Joey back there, 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever, 3rd, kind of climbing slowly through the field, just and
yeah,
and I was to your point, Travis. These guys it up and gave him control of the race, and that was that. Had Gibbs, not sped on pit road, or I think SVG, he's sitting there running the bottom of the racetrack, glued to the freaking bottom of the racetrack. I guess he found that groove in the truck race and really loved it so damn much that he wouldn't get off the bottom when the 22's coming, and Joey gets on his outside, and it's like, dude, you got to get up off the bottom and like make him go on the inside, try to pass you low.
Yeah, earn it.
Yeah, and so, but no, nothing against SVG. He had a good result, but I was just like, damn, if you give 22 the lead, this is not gonna go well, and that's kind of what happened. Thankfully, if anything, we can thank Denny for kind of keeping it close. I was pretty surprised, honestly, in that last stage that he just held on to that.
Yeah,
it was about half a second to a second back the whole time, which is pretty interesting. So I guess Joey, Joey said at the end of the race that Denny's team probably did a better job actually keeping up with the racetrack, and they did a better job making their car faster. And by the end of the race, whoever had been in front of the other would have probably ended up winning.
Yeah. Lap traffic was fun, though, when they got the lap traffic and were dicing through there. And
yeah, the problem with that is that what Denny was struggling with was made much worse by the lap traffic, whereas Joey's car had more turn. And so when he would catch lap traffic, he wasn't quite as affected by it as badly as Denny. And Denny, you could tell Denny didn't have as much turn as he needed. And when he would catch lap cars, it was harder for him to get through them. But I was sitting there like, oh man, this lap traffic probably going to create an opportunity for a pass here, and it just didn't happen. Actually, lap traffic.
It almost did. It got close.
Yeah, a couple times. But I mean, all in all, though, I purposely didn't go on social media after the race. I was afraid that some people might poo-poo the race itself. I haven't looked at Gluck's good race poll. I wanted to make a guess. Don't tell me what the answer is, but I was thinking it was probably in the 60s, maybe a 62 to a 68.
I didn't look at it.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
You're wrong. It is 71%.
It's a little better. 71 with 6 cars on the lead lap.
I thought 64.
Yeah, me too.
People don't like that, but them people didn't have to pit when they did to get caught a lap down. Like,
it's racing.
That's part of the strategy. Yeah. If you pit, then you're like, man, I sure hope the caution don't come out.
Also,
if you run long,
I was so frustrated that they all pitted.
Yeah, a lot of them did.
I know that they were. I don't know. I was just so frustrated that happened.
Well, everyone sees the times, and they're like, okay, well, the fall off this, so it's faster to split it.
How much was the fall off?
There's that. I don't know what I don't know what exactly it was.
Yeah. God dang, TJ, you're a spotter.
TJ, aren't you the spotter that's supposed to know these numbers?
I think it's like
Brad's gonna love this part.
Yeah. There were so many different. Well, the track got faster. The lap times were going up as the race went on. They were getting faster as the race went on too. But the fall off was a decent amount to me. But like the thought of being trapped a lap down, the thought of
2 laps down for some.
isn't it worth it though that if you can go early and you can gain, like Denny's trying to short pit, so doesn't that work the same early in the race though too?
Yeah, it works at all the times. Like Ty Gibbs jumped us at the end.
Yeah, so like,
but
I mean, yeah, it backfired on him, but I can see why a team would pit early. Is they're trying 100%. To come out.
Yeah,
I know
that's just a risk you take.
Yeah, I understand why they pitted. I was just like, when the wreck happened on the backstretch, I'm like, how about Bowman coming from the top of the racetrack?
Yeah. So, as a spotter at that point in time, we can't see the bottom of 1 and 2 when they leave pit road. So, I think there was another car.
Yeah, but wouldn't you run the bottom if you're like, hey, man, I'm coming to pit road, so I'm going to go down into turn 1 and run the bottom?
I mean, not if no one's all over you and it's faster. You know what I mean? You're going to run the fastest line until you get a pit.
All right, do you run?
I know exactly what you mean. But
if you're coming to pit, let me just say this, not to you, TJ, but if you're coming to pit road at Bristol, are you going to go into the corner against the fence and drive down across the racetrack onto pit road?
No, I mean, I'm not. But it's more cutthroat now than what it was, you know.
I get it.
It's way more cutthroat. And
the bottom was fast in 1 and 2, so, like, why wouldn't you just run it?
I mean, not everybody. He was committed to the top.
Yeah.
Bowman was. Whenever we were near him earlier, he was committed to the top, and I don't know.
I'm just giving him a hard time.
It was a perfect storm, in my opinion, of car coming off pit road.
Yeah.
You know, him trying to get down.
Yeah.
But
the bad, no good, sorry, awful season for the 21 car continues.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man, it's awful. Josh was running good too. Drove up to like 13th. Yeah.
Yeah, he had good speed.
You know, and yeah, no one will ever give a that, you know, they were actually running pretty good. They'll just see the statistics.
I felt for him when you saw his quote. Like, you could just feel just the pain and frustration.
What was his quote?
Him. He goes, I've worked my whole life to get to this position, and now I feel people view me completely different after this compared to what I've done up till this point.
Yeah. Yeah, this year's out. I mean, it's heartbreaking for me because I think of Josh as a family member. Josh is Josh Berry moved here from Nashville, moved in with my mom and Willie, ate their dinners, worked at the shop. We got him racing. I mean, the whole story. He raced with us for 10 years. We won hundreds of races, track championships, national championship. We won Xfinity O'Reilly races. And we did everything we could to give him everything we could give him. And he was presented this opportunity to race at Haas for following Harvick into the 4-car at Harvick's retirement. There was this big announcement. I mean, it was emotional. It was cool. And he ends up winning his first race for the Wood Brothers. And I'm hearing that, you know, Penske was very high on Josh. Blaney and all the guys were saying that he was great as a teammate and a big addition to the operation. They had this really solid first year. He wins a race at Vegas, qualifies, runs well at a lot of different racetracks. And it looked like that, you know, it looked like it was going to be positive. And I do not know what has happened. I really don't. I don't know what's happened. I don't bug Josh too much about it. I don't bother. I think the world of the Wood Brothers. I think the world of them. They're idol. I mean, I idolize Leonard and them.
It's a great group.
Yeah. But I don't know what has happened. But it's unfortunate because I don't know where this goes for Josh. I don't, and the landscape right now is crappy for guys like him. I don't know what opportunities even exist. Pick a series, truck, O'Reilly, Cup. Where is there a car or a truck that is looking for a driver? I don't know. It's just a bad time. Go ahead.
RCR could use him, and O'Reilly.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I heard I hear rumblings about different people going there, and I think they've already might have their guys, but Josh doesn't have a bucket of money to take anywhere. He might have some partners that he has created relationships with that could go with him. I'm not sure, but
yeah,
it's heartbreaking because, man, he has worked his ass off to get to this point, and I think he's proven good enough. But it's frustrating.
It's crazy because there for a while they like when he won that Vegas race, they were top 10-ish almost every week there for a while. And I was like, dang, I mean, they've got it turned around here.
Yep.
So, but yeah, definitely the right pieces are there. Josh is definitely talented enough to win races and do really well.
Yeah, I know. That's I worry how this is going to shake out, but so that was tough to see. I'm hopeful that, there's still some racing left for Josh and them to do some things this year that will bolster Josh's opportunities. All right, you guys, something big is going on at Arby's, and if you're ready to seriously upgrade how you do meat and cheese, you'll want to hear this. It's bold, it's craveable, it's meat and cheese done right. This is the new Arby's cheesesteaks, and they're here, and they're on the menu for good, which means you just found your new favorite. Arby's brought lunch to the shop last week. Carson was one of the first ones to dive into the new 100% Angus cheesesteak, and he said it might be his new favorite. The cheesesteak is a total upgrade compared to other boring meat and cheese out there. It's got this rich and melty Cooper cheese that's the real deal, straight from Philadelphia. That's how you know it's good. The new Amoroso's sesame seed bun gives you the perfect balance of crispy yet soft that really makes this cheesesteak elite. For real, this will change how you think about getting lunch in the drive-thru. Why settle for a run-of-the-mill burger when there's Arby's cheesesteak right around the corner? This is an authentic, higher-quality sandwich. Burgers wish they could be this good. When you're craving something that's just better, Arby's has your new go-to. The new 100% Angus cheesesteak. Prices may vary. Third-party marks are the property of their respective owners. Get your Arby's Angus cheesesteaks delivered or at an Arby's near you today. I think the other thing we should talk about is the points coming out of this race. It's particularly because of Joey's results. Joey was not in the chase a couple weeks ago. There was the predictor had Joey making the chase at 70-some%. It's a pretty high number when he was not. I didn't think he had a shot at it, really, honestly. But I didn't think about North Wilkesboro. But now he is 15th, and he is, 40-some, 39, 40-some, 49 points ahead. 49 ahead of the cut line. Eric Jones is now in 17th. So a couple things happened here. SVG continues to get the results. When I look at the points to me is a fun conversation. The points to me is very interesting, and it makes me a weekly fan of the sport, which is important. Last year, I didn't give a shit about the points. I didn't care about the points. I just waited till the end of the year to see who the four were, and we crowned a champion at the end of that race. But now I'm invested week after week after week, because I can't wait to see what happens each and every week around the points. Ty Gibbs, so there's a couple conversations here. Ryan Blaney has climbed into the top three conversation. At first, it was Denny and Tyler Reddick. We were talking about how Denny and Tyler Reddick were going to battle to try to win the regular season. Well, now Ryan Blaney is in this conversation as well. Didn't think he was going to be there. Thought he was going to do his best just to keep third, but now he's 87 points.
His way in.
Yep, he has.
19 back of Reddick.
That's crazy.
Right. It is.
Wild.
That shows you the inconsistencies, how much it pays off. Like,
or wins.
DNFs and those hurts.
DNFs and the wins, right?
Mhm.
Good. If you go out like Joey and have a win, it's huge. We really, they did a bunch of simulations of points and how these things would shake out. And Christopher Bell said it best on the pre-race. Everyone in the industry looked at these simulations and said, all right, the champion's going to come out of the top 6 in the chase. But as we've watched the season kind of play out in real time, Christopher Bell says, man, that door opened up a little wider. It might be 8th. You might actually have a shot at it, even if you're 8th, 7th.
Get hot at the right time.
That's right. You go out, he's like, we see these 100-point swings in just 4 or 5 races. So if you got a win, maybe 2 wins in the first 2 races of the chase, coming in as maybe the 8th, 9th, 10th seed, you're in it. You're in it. You're battling for a championship. So that's interesting. But Blaney has climbed into this conversation with Hamlin and Reddick. The other thing is Ty Gibbs has cleared himself comfortably of any kind of a battle with Chase Elliott and Larson in third. Chase Elliott and Larson have somewhat slipped into an uncomfortable position of fending off a Hocevar, a Briscoe, who's climbed through the ranks here over the last several weeks.
Chase has been very good lately.
Yep. Buscher unfortunately stubbed his toe at Wilkesboro. He was in this battle as well. He's fell to 9th. But and then you got Christopher Bell. So it's 60 points from 5th to 10th. And those positions are all up for grabs right there. And those guys are all, if you're Christopher Bell in 10th, you absolutely have a shot at trying to claw your way to 5th. That's a great conversation. All right, and then we're going to slip back to the bubble. You have Bubba Wallace, who is coming up on Indy where he won last year.
Mm-hmm. He's got some good tracks coming up.
Yep, he's got some good tracks coming up. You got Bubba Wallace trying to not put himself in a bad situation, because he's lived at this bubble the majority of his career, and he's talked about that. He's like, man, I hate living at the bubble. I want to be comfortably ahead of that. It's much nicer, when you don't have that stress. Well, right now he's in a pretty decent spot, but he could quickly. He's
one bad race.
Yeah, I think he's 69 points ahead of Eric Jones. SVG is sitting there, and we're all hoping that he can, put the points together to stay in. Which I think, judging off of how he ran this past weekend, he's got a real good shot at it.
He did a great job.
Joey's climbed in to take a spot that I don't think that Joey is going to give up. So now that Joey's in the chase, don't think you get that spot back if you're knocked out. Austin Hendrick in 16th is super vulnerable, right? Obviously. That whole conversation there is going to get really heated up as we get closer and closer to the end of the regular season. When you look at TJ, if you got the points in front of you, when you look at the 17th place driver, Eric Jones, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, McDowell, Chastain. I mean, who in this group? My mind kind of tricks me every now and then, because I'll look at let's look at William Byron through Hendrick, 12th through 16th, and I sit there and I look at them and I go, all right, man, who's going to fall out? Well, it ain't really so much about who might fall out.
It's who can come up.
Yeah. Is there anybody not in the chase right now that you think is good enough to get there? And I'll be honest, I don't know that I can make a really, really great argument. Maybe for Eric Jones. Preece should have had a great weekend. I don't know where the speed was in the car. He's a short track badass, and we're at Wilkesboro.
He got caught.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was he fast?
But he was okay. Wasn't what I would expect.
Brad could put it together. I don't know.
But it only takes, it's not. I think Eric Jones is fully capable of being consistent and good enough. I don't know. I could see SVG having a couple bad races. I could see SVG going to Indy and struggling really bad and losing a bunch of points, and Eric Jones finishing 4th, or, heck, even Priest or Brad finishing 8th or 9th, and this gap even gets closer here.
Yes.
I think all these guys are capable of doing it. It's just going to come down to who can be the most consistent and not lose the big chunks. You can't afford a big loss right now, in my opinion. We went through a month and a half of losing big chunks, and that's why we went from single-digit points to 19th right here.
Yeah.
So, but it can be done.
Yep. I
agree. You can't afford pit road incidents. You can't afford speeding penalties. You can't afford just getting caught in somebody else's wreck, which could happen, to any of these guys. But like you said, I feel like if it's tough, Joey's going to be tough, but I also know that he's really good at Wilkesboro. That's probably become one of Joey's better tracks. And he's been fast there ever since we've went there. So, but we go to Indy, and I don't know if I see Joey a top single-digit car there right off the bat.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you got to really think about the tracks now and what manufacturer runs good, or what you got Penske that runs good at all the tracks that are under a mile or shorter, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and the industry gets caught up in this thing and who's fast this week, and it's different. Like we get baited into these. Man, Joey's gonna be tough to beat now the rest of the season.
No, he's not. Just at the short tracks.
Yeah, but I'm saying we get so baited into the who's fast right now. I mean, Tyler Reddick wasn't going to be. We thought Tyler was going to win every race, and now,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Now Denny's already caught him, passed him, and now he's got Blaney all over him.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have guessed that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have guessed it. I didn't
think Blaney could catch him.
I didn't want to disrespect Tyler Reddick, but I mean, a lot of his wins were, one Atlanta and Daytona.
Yeah, timed right.
Timing, yep, just leading the right lap.
Mm-hmm.
Denny has led a lot of laps when he wins races. He is fast and up front. The 45.
Just like Joey.
45 won races by execution, perfect execution, strategy, all the things. And a little bit of luck too, but
they've also had a lot of bad luck recently, like things that aren't out of their control.
Yeah. They have, but I mean that to me, they're the kind of team that has that kind of luck sometimes. Where I don't, Denny, Denny don't have that kind of.
Yeah, he doesn't have the peaks and valleys.
It's going to be interesting. I think another driver that's going to get hot is Christopher Bell. I mean, he's kind of hot already.
We've been waiting.
But, yeah, we have. I think that he's going to start chewing into some of the competition here as we move forward.
He's got the car to do it, too.
The cast is removed, right?
The cast is removed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that cast was really slowing him down too much, though.
It didn't seem like it.
No.
So what do we have coming up? We have Indy off, and then
you got Indy, Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, Daytona.
Damn, rattled them off. Yeah.
I mean, but that's some good tracks for us.
When we go to Indianapolis, I would expect that a Toyota is going to win that race.
Tough to beat.
Maybe a Gibbs Toyota.
Be hard to pass.
I mean, whoever's leading the race for the last run to the checkered is the winner. It's just impossible to pass there. Iowa is a great opportunity for Penske to have another good, solid day.
Yeah, I look forward to going back there. I feel like we gave that race away last year. We didn't really give it away, but
RFK, yeah, sure. I'll throw RFK in there, and I think you go to Richmond with the same feeling like RFK or Penske. Not that the Toyotas won't be strong, but it's just an opportunity for them to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, New Hampshire is sort of similar. I think it's a place where the Toyotas will be minimized. Their advantage will be a little minimized. So 3 weeks in a row, Iowa, Richmond, and New Hampshire. A Toyota can absolutely win those races, but I'm just saying there's a chance, like at Wilkesboro, for a Logano, a Blaney, or RFK or somebody to fill out if not win, running the top 5, top 10.
And that was probably let me ask you this real quick. Is that's probably the most validated that's probably the most validated like win from just ass kicking that we've seen honestly from Joey in a while, right?
I agree. Yeah.
That was a great you don't normally see cars like that, and they did a great job nailing that.
When we go back to 1.5 miles, though, I mean, I still feel like they're going
yeah, we're back to
10th, back to 14th,
Well, it's going to be hard.
What's your concern level with HMS right now with their drivers?
I've been with HMS when they sort of get into these ruts, or these little phases. What happens, I'm not concerned, because what happens is they'll have a competition meeting, which they'll have one this week. They'll have one every week. Rick is in a lot of those. And Jeff Gordon is now in this position as well, which I haven't experienced this, but I haven't experienced Jeff Gordon as part owner, sort of that type of personality in the competition meetings. But man, when they're not doing what they want to be doing, those meetings get really serious. And Rick would basically say to everybody in the room, y'all better freaking figure it out.
It's a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's pretty damn serious. And when Rick rarely ever gets stern, but when he does, it gets your attention because you don't see it often, and you know that he means like fix it or else, or if there's going to be some consequences. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is when everybody hears that, they're all tasked with finding solutions. They leave the room, they go off to their part of the business, and they dial up the freaking effort.
Everybody finds a little bit.
Yep. It's a motor room finds something, and everybody, and what happens is everybody wants to be the one that runs back to Rick with the token. Look what I found. We worked hard and we got this. All right, boss. So every motor shop, they want to go, hey, you said work, we worked, we found 3 horsepower. We're taking some badass to the next race, buddy. And so when everybody's doing that and everybody brings a little bit of something back to the table, you go to the racetrack and you see it. You see the results start happening. And I don't know, if not once a year, but it might be once a year, but it's every couple of years. Rick says, all right, guys, y'all better get your ass in gear, start figuring some stuff out. And they do it like any good company does. They do it. They find everybody needs, you sort of, you work, you show up, you keep doing the same thing every day. And every now and then you need somebody to smack you around a little bit and say, hey, let's try to get a little better. I love what you're producing. I love what you're making. I love what you got going on, but we stopped creating. We stopped getting better. We stopped,
innovative kind of
innovate. Yeah. Innovation. Yeah.
What was he always in your meetings, or if not, what was it like when he did show up and you weren't expecting him? Was it just
Rick,
like, oh
no, Rick was in every one of them.
Oh, okay.
I mean it felt like he was, it felt like Rick was in every one of them. And when things weren't good enough, he was the first one to talk. When you go into the competition meeting and Rick talked first, Rick spoke first, you knew talking about last week's race wasn't an important thing on the table that day.
Bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't worry much about Hendrick. They've got everybody they need there to figure it out, and a lot of smart people over there. They've got great drivers across the board. William Byron.
They do, but they're underperforming.
But I mean, racing's a big circle. You can't live on top the entire time. I mean, there's times where you just go through a lull a little bit, and then I mean, it's just you can't getting on top is hard, but staying there is even harder.
Yeah. TJ's right.
I don't worry about it.
Everything in the sport cycles, and it just everything. I think everything in life is in rotation
in a way, yeah.
But they'll figure it out, and they might figure it out this year. It might be next year, whatever. But I think Jeff Gordon. When I think about his personality, I feel like he could be convincing as well. I think if Rick isn't in those meetings as much, I would be. I would probably imagine that Jeff can carry that similar weight when
I agree.
When things need to get better. I think
and
Jeff.
He's super involved.
He is super involved.
Yeah, Jeff Andrews. Though great people.
Jeff Andrews is very quiet. And
he's so quiet.
Yeah, very quiet. But hard to tell when he's happy or mad.
Yeah, it is.
But
he's
Jeff,
great dude though.
I wouldn't want to get on Jeff Gordon's bad side if I was working for him.
No, I wouldn't want to be on Jeff Andrews' bad side either. I've never seen him mad, but that makes me not want to see him mad.
Yeah, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I agree.
But I guess the thing is like, can I don't know that Byron is in a position to even worry about championship this year. I think that they just need to get better.
Momentum. They need some momentum.
But Chase and Larson, they are in a position to think championship. Mm-hmm. They just need to be careful over the next handful of weeks to not have that. You talked about that one bad race. They just don't need to have that one bad race. They need to get what they can get while the company's trying to find more speed. Just don't stub your toe.
Yeah.
And wait.
What do you make of the Larson incident this weekend? Like, as a driver, you obviously saw it happen on the TV side of things. As a driver, they got, Connor's already turning into a stall before the 5 releases. To me, if that car's already turning in and he's 3 away, you got to wait for that guy, in my opinion.
No, I think that's right. I don't think Connor can stop. Connor has to come on into his stall.
Yes.
So, yeah. You don't see guys like stopping and waiting for someone to exit. You got to hold Larson in his stall. And
you got to bite the bullet on that.
You do. And I think they know that. One of the things that was interesting is like they all came down pit road for the first caution, first stage pit stop at the end of stage 1. And I looked at Steve and I said, "Damn, this pit road is treacherous and busy." And there's
there's a lot going on.
It was. It was more so than most racetracks because the pit stops are so fast. Some guys were taking just 2 tires. So some guys were pulling out of their stalls while some of the field was still coming on to pit road. And I was like, "Damn, Steve, I didn't have this on my notes. Like I didn't have in my notes like pit road mistakes because I just I was thinking so much about everything else about this weekend, and pit road was like a really, really problematic situation if you weren't careful.
Yeah.
And so
if you're up front and you pitted near the beginning of pit road in turn 3 and 4, you're coming out and there's a lot of cars coming around.
That's right.
It did get easier when some guys got trapped a lap down pit road. There's only a handful of cars pitting, but that's part of short track racing, and that's part of the excitement of it. That's part of qualifying good, picking the good pit, who you're around, getting an opening.
Yeah.
That leads into all that.
I recommend to the fans, Bozy posted a video and it was Bubba's in-car with the audio and the math and the conversations they were having because they were worried about Logano coming out when they were coming in.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing the math on what they think he's going to be coming out and telling Bubba what to do, and like just the choreograph that these teams have to do, and like engineers doing the numbers on when a car's going to be leaving pit road was, I thought, fascinating.
Yeah. Everyone's got software that predicts where you're going to come back out. I also saw Bozy's tweet about the Larson thing, and I think he was saying it was more on Zilisch's fault than, I don't know if you saw that or not.
I didn't see that one, no.
I felt like he was blaming Zilisch more, which I think is completely wrong.
Trying to stop that fast is just not going to happen.
No, and if you're a lot of times, and you've done this before, if you're waiting, you go down there and work with the crew chiefs, work together and be like, "Hey, if you're close, I gotta wait, or hey, if you're running the back and that guy's up front, a lot of times you'll be like, hey, you're up front, we're coming in late, we're going to work on a little bit, we're going to stop and let you go before we pull out here. Unless a lot of times there's prearranged situations that we go through and coordinate like that. But if there's a guy, Zilisch has every right to be turning into his stall right there. And, this is part of that metric deal thing, though. Like Larson had a bad week in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So now he doesn't have a good, rained out qualifying, didn't get a chance to prove the speed that he could have probably had and do things like that, which is another reason why I don't like that whole system like that. You don't get a chance to dig yourself out.
SVG loves the metric when it gets rained out because it benefits
100%. Yeah. Well, and it helped at the road courses there when it rained a few times too. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, the 2026 season is in full swing, and we've already had some really incredible moments. That's why we love this sport, and when it comes to capturing those historical NASCAR moments, nobody does it better than Lionel Racing, the official diecast of NASCAR. Their race win diecasts are some of my absolute favorites in my collection. The scuffs, scrapes, confetti, the damage, every detail that tells the story of that win, it's in these diecasts. These things look like they were pulled straight out of Victory Lane. And right now, Lionel Racing is offering free domestic shipping just for Dale Jr. Download listeners. You can use this promo code, Download26, at checkout. Head over to LionelRacing.com to lock in your favorite NASCAR moments into your collection today. All right, everybody, Dirty Mo Media is in search for the most legendary NASCAR memorabilia collectors and collections. You want to be our ultimate racing collector, presented by Lionel Racing. You need to send in all of your collection, whether in video form or in picture form. Lionel Racing, they're your go-to source for all your racing diecast needs. You can check out the latest pre-orders at lionelracing.com. We don't care whether it's sheet metal, T-shirts, uniforms, diecasts, whatever your collection is.
Trading cards.
Yep, trading cards. I love trading cards right now. Yeah, we want to see it. So you have your opportunity. Submit your photos, videos through Dirty Mo Media's social media posts. You'll get a chance to be selected as the ultimate racing collector, presented by Lionel Racing. All right, we got Marty Smith joining us here on the Dale Jr. Download, owner of Speedway Motorsports, and more importantly, or pertinent to today's conversation, North Wilkesboro. Marcus, you're coming off your points weekend, your first points race in 30 years at Wilkesboro. We've been talking about the race. You had a great crowd. I imagine all the metrics were really good in terms of, the business side of your weekend. What would you when you come out of the weekend, what are some of the things that you loved? What are some of the things that you saw you need to improve? What can fans expect going forward?
Well, I think it's something that we're all proud of. From the time that everybody talks about when we were out there weed eating and getting the place cleaned up, to like my brothers and I texting about it over the weekend, just how excited we are as a family business to be able to do something this special. So a lot of things to celebrate. But if I had to write the story, I would have had a little passing shower go over the track so that we could get some rain tires. That would have been fun. Maybe about a 15, 20-minute light shower at some point during the third stage. What else? A little bit cooler, so it wasn't so hot. But those are all things out of our control. But I think the delivery for the fans was awesome. I love the post-race show that you guys did over in Turn 3 was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Fans loved it. It was cool to see that, live and on TV. Just the sunset that we had was phenomenal. All those little details, and traffic was really well managed. I'm sure some people were stuck here or there, but overall we had a great traffic management. Our team just did a good job of caring for our fans.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised when we got out of there how easy it was to get down the highway. We stayed, a good hour after the finish.
Yeah.
But when we pulled out of there was no traffic. It was nothing, no waiting at all.
Yeah.
What is the future for Wilkesboro? You got a dilemma with Dover, All-Star race.
Yeah.
All these different things. What's the plan? Everybody wants to know.
What are we going to do?
Yeah. Well, I always kind of think about, well, what's good about the way we schedule things this year. And I always like to think about, could we just repeat what we have? Of course, everybody likes to change a little bit. So there's a lot of debate internally and in our discussions with the NASCAR team about what the schedule is going to be. The Easter weekend always kind of moves and changes the schedule in the spring. So we're working on the schedule for next year and thinking about the years out. But I think that there's certainly a future for North Wilkesboro, and it's going to be around NASCAR and cars and who knows what else we can do there. I think.
You think am I going to be broadcasting another race there next year? I work for TNT and Amazon, and I'm working in June and July.
All right. Yeah.
So every year. So am I going to be broadcasting a race next year at Wilkesboro?
I sure hope so.
Come on.
I don't know the schedule yet, but got to have you there. Question is, are you going to be racing at North Wilkesboro next year?
Man, I don't know. That's tough. Oh boy, I don't know.
Yeah, and a Riley car be cool.
Yeah. No one's gonna commit to anything today. Marcus or me.
Wait,
I'll back off.
What if Marcus commits? If Marcus commits, Dale, you'll commit.
I was just gonna say, if he commits, why don't you commit to driving a race there? There you go.
Man, I don't know.
They're both bagging up.
Yeah.
I like the idea of racing in North Wilkesboro in the summer and broadcasting, and I think summertime in Wilkesboro is a beautiful time of year. You get to see the mountains, and it just seems like a great time to be there. So
yeah, I agree. What's next up for you? I know that one of the things that I think about is the Charlotte Oval race coming back in the second half of the year. It's been a really, really great a race. The next gen does pretty solid on the mile and a halves, and the race at Charlotte's been one of the more entertaining ones. And so you have the Oval race at Charlotte coming up. What else? What else is on your schedule throughout the rest of the season?
Yep, we've got New Hampshire coming up. We've got Bristol. We've got another Vegas race. I think I'm missing something, but we've got events at Sonoma and Charlotte with the 10 tents and all sorts of things kind of on the side of NASCAR. We had a busy weekend this weekend. Our teams were busy doing IndyCar in Nashville and NHRA in Sonoma, and just trying to make people have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all got a lot more going on than just NASCAR. I always kind of just assumed that your whole world revolves around the Cup schedule and what's going on there, but I forget
you got other. It does for the most part. It keeps us busy, but we got an amazing team, thankfully, that can really juggle a lot and make sure people have a good time.
When you sell out North Wilkesboro, how many people is that?
It's north of 25,000. And so it's not.
Did you have more? Did you have more demand than that?
We did, and that's always a good thing. I think it's a great size crowd because it's very manageable. And the facility is small enough that you can walk around and you're not going to wear yourself out.
Yeah.
It's just really nice, easy to walk it and enjoy everything in the fan zone, the souvenirs, and at the track. Getting to the campgrounds, and then the traffic in and out. I think the first year we had massive traffic backups. And we went to work on solving that with shuttle systems, and the state helped us with a bridge across 421.
I saw that.
Yeah, great bridge.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So, do you add more stands? Y'all took some stands down when you renovated the racetrack. Do you think there's a consideration? Would you ever add more back?
It's a possibility. We'd have to figure out parking. That's always a balance. Adding more stands doesn't just stop with the grand. You got to figure out the parking and the bathrooms and food and beverage and everything. So,
is there a formula that you use for adding 10,000 seats? How many? Do you know how much parking that? Like, what do you expect if you add 10,000 seats? What do you expect for parking? Like, what do you add for that?
So, if you build a grandstand, when you build a grandstand, you're over, as far as cost goes, $1,400, $1,500 a seat in construction. And think about how you pay that back, and then how you not only build a grandstand and the concessions and the bathrooms, but then the parking infrastructure. So we don't have a lot of extra room around the North Wilkesboro Speedway property, but the neighbors help with parking and lawn.
I saw that. Yeah,
their own farm area and whatnot. So if we have consistent increased demand, then I'm sure we would want to figure that out. But right now, I think it's okay that it's a smaller venue and a smaller crowd, and people have a chance to get there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and really enjoy a great kind of historical experience.
What's the reaction from the neighbors? Are they happy that NASCAR is back in the area there? Like,
I love it.
Because I see all them people in their houses up there, and it looks like they're excited.
They are. It is an amazing feeling just to see the joy on the faces of everybody in Wilkes County. They're so happy to have us back. They told us they wanted us, to come back, and we wouldn't be there if it weren't for that community saying we really want you back. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So there was an announcement this past weekend of SMI and you personally joining the ownership group in the Cars Tour. There was a lot of speculation on what that meant, and I thought a lot of people had some pretty interesting opinions on what this meant for the Cars Tour. I wanted to give you an opportunity to just, speak to why you thought it was a good opportunity, or why it was something that you wanted to do. First off, we are friends. Me and you and Harvick, we go hunting together. We spend a lot of time giving each other a hard time, but also talking about what we have going on in our lives, professionally and personally. And you have been promoting and supporting the Cars Tour through your ZMAX products as a primary sponsor for the series. So you've seen, what the tour's been doing.
Sure.
So what was what do you hope that you can gain from joining the group and being a part of this?
Yeah, well, what were the good, what was the speculation? Anything good?
Well, people just assumed that, they're going to go race Bristol. They're going to go to Rock, they're going to go do all these different things. They're going to go to we're going to go to all your racetracks.
Sure.
Start racing. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
But I think, being able to do things, that help the sport of auto racing and NASCAR is, I guess it's just kind of second nature for us, because, growing up in the sport, and then you look back in what we've done with the Legends cars and Bandoleros for the last 30 years, that's all about growing the kind of the base, the grassroots base. But I always call it the backyard football of NASCAR. Like, you can't just go and get a race car out of your garage and go, race it in your backyard like you can a football or a basketball, baseball. So we've got to provide opportunities for people to get started in racing. And, I think it's a really daunting task to figure out how to get started. And we're providing an opportunity, and that's Bandoleros, the Legends cars, and the late model stock cars, kind of that ladder system to show people like, how do I get started? How can I, there's the two factors. It's one of, can I be the next Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Jeff Gordon, or can I just have this as a hobby? Would this be something that I can enjoy and as a fun hobby? And a lot of people know about that. Obviously, the longtime racers, if you grow up in it, you kind of know people that help you get involved. But we're making it more accessible, and I think that's important for the future of the sport.
Yeah, I agree. I think when we talked about you coming on board initially, man, it was really just, hey, buddy, we're doing this fun thing together. Yeah. Why don't you do it with us? And the identity, that Cars Tour initially was our late model stock and our pro class in the East that we just raced with at Wilkesboro. That was what Cars Tour was. Mm-hmm. But now you have Harvick doing what he's doing on the West Coast. Cars Tour is becoming and trying to become more of a national footprint. And we want to be tiered, to your point, down into the very initial beginnings of someone's racing career, whether it be Bandoleros, Legends cars. So the Cars Tour is becoming a bigger entity than just what we ran this past weekend with our late model stock program on the East and the pros as well. But so that what that is, when a lot of people hear Cars Tour, they think about the two classes that we just ran. That's gonna be what it is. That's not gonna change. We're not going to different racetracks. We're not changing how that operates. You joining us just allows us to have a little larger footprint in the career aspect, right? And so you've done incredible work with the Legends cars. They're sold all over the world, Bandoleros as well. And we want people, kids, families, to think, all right, well, I've done everything I wanted to do at the Bandolero level, at the Legends car level. What do I do next?
Yep.
And we want them to consider a Cars Tour late model stock or a pro, or sure, if you're out west racing with Harvick's Cars Tour West programs. Yep. And so that's kind of the idea here is
it also racetracks, because
what's that?
It helps racetracks because, if you think about all the short tracks around the country, they need to have people show up, and it's we call it the front gate and the back gate, and having a strong participation at these short tracks around the country is super important to keep racing alive at short tracks around the country. So us partnering together, I think helps that, and just gives more reason for all those owners to say, we're going to stay with this. We're not going to sell our land to a developer. We're going to stick with hosting a racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, the long-term results are more race car drivers trying to get to the Truck Series, to the Xfinity Series, and eventually the Cup Series, becoming Cup champions, and having their story be a part of our story, or our story be a part of theirs. The Cars Tours, Legends, whatever. Sure. We want. I love when a guy like Caden Honeycutt, Riggs, or any of them guys, Josh Berry, I love when they go into the trucks or a rally or even the Cup Series and win races.
Oh yeah.
Because I can say, why they win races and why they have such great racecraft is because they were in the Cars Tour.
Yep.
That's where they gain that experience. And so, that's a fun thing to be able. That's a great way to be able to promote our business, and
sure is. Man, I can't appealing. Caden Honeycutt. That he is tough.
Yeah, he is.
winning both races, and I mean,
yep, he swept the Cars Tour East the last 2 events at Ace and at Wilkesboro.
Impressive.
So pretty incredible.
And after
he's
almost
fast.
passing out after that first race,
he looked rough. He
did.
He did.
Yeah.
A good thing you got some IV fluid to get recharged.
Yeah. That's right, man. Well, I appreciate you becoming part of the team. I love grassroots racing. I know you do too. And excited about Wilkesboro. Think we had a really great weekend there. I wish I would have loved a little bit more fireworks in the last stage, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Next time we're going to have to seed the clouds, get some rain. We'll rain.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, well. All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
Thank you, Marcus.
Appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you, bud. Hey, this is Dale Earnhardt Jr., and for all the latest Dale Jr. download gear, including the IML Drink Some Beer t-shirt that we've been talking about here around the office, head over to shop.dirtymomedia.com for all the latest merch. All right, everybody. It's time to do some Ask Junior. Xfinity is waving the red flag on internet price hikes and raising the green flag for savings. You can get the speed and reliable Wi-Fi that you need locked in at one price for 5 years. No surprises, no late yellows, and no stoppage, no downtime. We're on our Xfinity Wi-Fi as we speak. This is a service that I'm using in this house. I'm very thankful for it, and it's done us a pretty solid job ever since we've become customers.
Yeah.
So pretty excited about that. Let's get to some questions here.
It helped me win some Whatnot auctions down there.
Did it? Yeah, it did.
It did.
Is TJ hooked?
Oh my God, it's
hooked.
stupid. I'm hooked on Whatnot now. Like
Whatnot.
Everybody always says don't do it, and I think by saying don't do it, you're like making people want to do it.
Should I tell like real quick? I was in one Sunday morning, or it was Sunday morning before I left for the racetrack, and I won this. This is bad. I won a Patrick Mahomes card. Like
TJ's idol.
Like I don't have any. I wanted one, and like the guy that's running the thing, like, this guy, that's the NASCAR spotter, and I'm like, how does this guy even know? Because I use my name, and I'm like, and everyone's like, good luck tonight, dude. I'm like, I just want, of all the cards they're gonna recognize me for buying, it's a Patrick Mahomes card. I felt so bad. I feel like I disrespected the Bills.
Did you hear that, Josh?
Oh, it's terrible. I'm sorry. I'll sell it.
Speaking of football players, fans want to know what was it like meeting Sonny Styles the other weekend, Dale, at the track.
Sonny Styles is awesome, man. He's buttoned up. He's a star in the making. I think he'll be a pretty awesome player for Washington. And can't wait to see him out. Yeah, he does. Can't wait to see him out on the field making plays, man. Number 52.
Making plays in style.
You forget until you see them just how big football players are.
Oh, yeah. Gigantic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited about the season. I'm just ready to see some football. Let's go to a preseason game, TJ.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let's do it. Next question. So Joey Logano was on DBC, and people wanted your reaction to what Joey had to say. So we're just gonna let you hear it first.
Let's let her rip.
A quick vote on what did everyone think about the 2-car tango thing that we used to do years ago.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
It was the most. I never got to spot it, but it was the most exciting form of plate racing.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it.
There was one
I was
person
like
that didn't like
old.
it, and we're in his building right now.
Is that the clip?
Yeah. So people
he ain't wrong. He's not wrong.
No.
I didn't like it because if you're the pusher, you're running second. So
yeah, I didn't like it either. You couldn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. You had to rely on another car to run good, and I don't like. That's not the point of going to a plate race, in my opinion.
I think that it was exciting, but I believe if it was allowed to continue, we would have made it very robotic and predictable.
Oh yeah,
and just like they've done with fuel at the speedways, right? I mean, it's so annoying how predictable it is for everybody to go out there and run 60% throttle and nobody's really trying to do anything, just saving fuel. Doesn't matter where you're running. You don't care where you're running. You don't care. And I hate that about racing. And I don't want to be I don't want to watch a guy push another guy and not care that he's pushing him to the win. I don't want to watch people do that. And I don't want to be out there doing it. Like Joey loves it if he's the guy getting pushed to the win.
Yeah.
But does he love it if he's, constantly the guy that's having to push his teammate to victories?
You know what's weird, though, is I feel like Joey is stronger by himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you put guys like that, he's harder to beat straight up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not out there doing it anymore. So I don't, if they go back to doing it, I don't, what? Yeah. I'm not out there doing it anymore, but I don't think I would want to watch that as a fan or a broadcaster. It wouldn't be, I don't love what I'm watching now at Daytona and Talladega, but hopefully we're making some changes to improve it.
So if we were still doing that, I feel like going into them races, we would have a game plan of what car we're going to push, who's going to push. It would be so planned out.
Yeah, wouldn't be fun.
It wouldn't be fun.
You'd know good to know what's coming.
We would, everyone, like, it was fun. It was kind of different the first few times because you didn't really know who you were going to line up with, and you could switch radios and talk to that driver. And it was kind of weird, but fun and goofy at the same time. But like right now, we would have everything so planned out. We would have everything so planned out to run the most efficient, smartest, fuel-saving, fast when we need to race that it probably would not be fun.
You know what would be interesting, though, is they don't let you put tape on the grill anymore. But so in iRacing, there was a Daytona 500, and these two guys had figured out they were going to tandem, and the one guy was going to push the entire race, and the other guy was going to lead. Yeah. And so the lead guy taped up the grill.
Yep.
Because he was never going to be in traffic. He was always going to be out front. And they tandemed the entire race and kicked our ass. Because he had that extra tape. Nobody thought, man, I'll just add a little tape. I'll always lead. You run behind me. Yeah. You always push.
That's commitment.
You always push, and I'll be the leader. I can run more tape. We'll go even faster. No one will do that. No one else in the race will think to do that. They're going to swap. One's going to lead. I'll lead some. You lead some. Whatever. But they'll always be slower because they're not as taped up as the lead car. And so, once you start sciencing out like that, it's just going to get really predictable.
Mm-hmm.
As if it were allowed to continue, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next question, people just want to know what was your reaction to Chase and Noah last week filling in?
I thought it was awesome. I hope they had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to McMurray's going to do it next week. Who else should do it? I'm not looking to quit. Hosting the show, but it's just fun every now and then to see somebody else's perspective or
approach to the shows.
Approach to the show. Yeah, right.
You get to see the personalities of guys you might not see in a different setting.
That's right. Yeah,
which is kind of cool because Noah, obviously, everyone knows Noah's personality. People are getting to learn Chase a little bit now.
But Chase was a different, like, you see Noah brings a little more out and personality out of him. And
he does.
Yeah,
yes.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good combo.
They were fun to work with.
It was.
Next question. People want to know, when are you adding the Poopmobile to the graveyard? They saw you and Alfredo tweeting about his car.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when it gets put in there, but I'm hoping, Sonny. So this is what happens. Sonny gets the car. Sonny puts it in there and doesn't tell me where he put it.
You got to find it.
So I got to go find it.
Yeah.
It's like 80 or so acres fully. It's 80 acres of forest with trails through it. It's all woods.
Yeah.
And so there's trails. There's 8 miles of trails. I mean, it's a lot of trails back there.
Have you ever been down a trail?
Have I been to the graveyard?
Have you ever been out there at all?
Yeah. So when we did our Summer Olympics, we had to run through the graveyard to find some things. It was that was my first time ever out there. Was competing and running, and so it was interesting.
The graveyard's got a little bit of everything too. Like you've seen some IndyCar parts, like wedged in a tree at some point, and
there's all kinds of all forms of motorsport.
Maybe we can get that sprint car that broke from Eldora with the push truck. Did you see that?
I didn't.
Did you see that? A push truck climbed over the back, like the left rear tire of the car he was pushing off, and it snapped the chassis, and the guy was done for it was Cole Macedo. Carson.
Oh, I saw the chassis broke.
Yeah, maybe we can get that for the graveyard.
What's the most recent thing you've added to the graveyard?
I can't remember. I mean, it's been slowing down a little bit because the next gen car. Nobody wants to put a next gen in there.
Yeah, it's just going to not be as cool. Last question.
You can't get like they won't be the next gen cars.
I heard you won't let them in the gate.
What?
The next gen car.
I would, but they don't. It comes with it's just like what are you gonna get? A center section?
I know it's not the same. Like you just don't get the whole wrecked car.
They have a bolt-on. They have a bolt-on rear clip, bolt-on front clip. The body. When you get a car that's destroyed, it's just going to be the center section. You ain't even gonna know what you're looking at.
Most of them tell a story that you can look at the car from the crash.
Because the sheet metal's still on it.
Yeah,
body.
Like you see Brad's Fontana car that he crashed at one time, and it has a story there. And there's I don't know. I feel like a lot of them have stories behind them.
I don't think we'll ever get a next gen in there.
Not a whole one.
Next question. People will know, how was the whiskey on the set after the race? It seemed like you were the only one actually drinking it. Jamie gave something away.
I pretended to drink it.
Oh, you didn't? It looked like you did.
I had to drive it home.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of. I mean, I get being safe.
At least I'm admitting it. I had to drive home, and I don't like moonshine. And so, I mean, I literally walked off the set, got in my truck, and was on the highway in 5 minutes. So I was like pretending to drink it.
But you didn't. I thought didn't you also? So you pretended the whiskey also?
I mean, I tasted.
Oh yeah,
I tasted it, but I didn't drink it.
Yeah.
Jimmy was drinking it because he was staying at the track. So Jimmy drank his. I told him, I was like, "You must be spending the night." He's like, "Oh yeah."
Jimmy Jam was starting to come out.
Jimmy Jam.
Everybody, they were chanting Jimmy Jam.
Oh my gosh! Seriously?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And you know what? He looks at me and goes, "This is your fault." And I'm like, "I got the idea of Jimmy Jam from you.
Yeah.
Like you're the one that told me about Jimmy Jam."
Also, he should be thanking you.
He acts like Jimmy acts like I made this up.
No.
He told me about Jimmy Jam like 20 years or 10 years ago.
Oh, it was probably 20.
But, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was probably
15
20
years
ago.
Yeah. I think I love the post-race show more than the pre-race because the fans right there and everyone's kind of,
Yeah, I love that they're getting into it. I love that fans get into the post-race show.
Yeah.
And they want to go there. Like,
you got to give a shout out to TNT, man. They really improved over last year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they improved everything. Everything's gotten better. I think our race broadcasts are better. Our pre and post is way better. The set's badass. We hated being in that booth to start the pre because of the lightning hold. We couldn't be out on our set, but it still was good. And they don't have to bring that rain set there. They don't have to spend that money, but they do. They don't have to spend a big budget on this set that we used in post, but they do. They want to make it good. And so I know we caught a lot of hell last year with TNT, when compared to other broadcasts, and they stepped up to the plate this year. It's awesome.
That's stage deal's nice.
Kudos to you guys also after Atlanta, like easily could have been like, it's late, we're packing up, we're not doing the post show, and nobody would have cared but you guys went and did the post show, which I thought was, awesome.
Well, we don't get many reps, we only get to 5 weeks. So I think if it was 20 races and you're at race 15, we probably cut it a little shorter. But we get 5 weeks and we're all so excited to be there and to be working. Like this weekend will be emotional. I know it's, people don't get that or won't understand that, but not for Steve. He continues, right? He goes into USA and continues to work, and Adam will do CW, but there's a lot of us that won't work anymore after this weekend. TNT, a lot of the folks with our director, producer stuff, they'll go on to other projects or other jobs. They got other sports and events they do. But it'll be a little bit emotional because this group won't be together going forward.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good spot to stop Ask Junior this week.
All right, y'all. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thank you, Xfinity, for waving the red flag on internet price hikes and raising the green flag for savings. You get the speed and reliable Wi-Fi that you need locked in at one price for 5 years. No surprises, no late yellows, straight to victory lane. I'm on my Xfinity Wi-Fi right now. That's the service I have in this house, and it kicks ass, as you can tell. Thank you, Xfinity. We'll see you later.
Hi, y'all. This is Jerome and Tiff Davis. Our new weekly podcast is out now on Dirty Mo Rodeo's YouTube channel and podcast platforms.
With new episodes every Thursday, leave us a comment and a review and come see what this cowboy life is all about.
Hope y'all come and check us out. Till next time, adios.
All right, everybody, it's time for some Dirty Mo Dough here. This segment is brought to you by FanDuel, and Russell is in the building. How you doing, Russell?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Man, pretty solid. We're headed to Indy for the Brickyard this weekend. The lines are not out yet, but I think we know who some of the favorites might be.
Oh yeah, I could tell.
What's the
say.
What's your predictor got for us?
I'm a Denny bro this week.
I knew it. I was gonna say it.
You got Denny at the top, but I like Larson and Blaney and Reddick as well.
Oh wow, going out on a limb.
What do you want? It's
funny that the lines just came out, and it's what Russ has. I think Russ and the lines come.
How much Travis pay you to say that every week?
Oh, okay.
So I wait to put the lines out until we start taping this. Just see it.
Figured.
Yeah.
I think Travis pays you every week.
So, how far out is Denny?
He's not that far out, but this. Never mind. He's really far out. He's like 20 points out. Sorry. Yeah, he's really far out.
Oh man.
So what are the lines, Trav? Is he like 3-1?
Denny's 450, Reddick 550, Blaney 700, Larson 700, Byron 900.
No Briscoe or Bell?
Just Bell and Briscoe are plus 1,000.
Did you say Bubba?
Bubba is 1,500.
That's the best one.
You like that bet?
I do like that bet.
Bubba, you could get a top 10 at minus 120.
Yep. Finished top 10 in the last 4 Brickyards.
Yeah. I do like that.
Here we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to do a top 10 parlay. How many drivers are we putting in it?
Let's do 2 or 3.
All right. Bubba's 1. Who's the other? Tell me, Russell.
Can we put Larson in?
Yeah.
Are these long shots? Or are we like trying to win some money here?
Anybody? No, let's just
We're just winning money.
Oh, straight up.
Larson and Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
That's plus 144 right there.
I love it.
To me, Reddick.
All right.
Hard to beat that guy there.
218 now.
I'd stop there.
All right.
Yeah, I would stop
there.
Yeah.
Can we do a long shot one?
Yeah.
I'd love Todd Gilliland as a long shot.
I was going to say plus
Dang,
plus
Todd had a good
800.
run this last weekend, by the way. I think we didn't mention earlier, but I thought Todd had a really good run, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's finished 6th in
by
both
himself.
Brickyard 400 starts. So
that's his best track then.
Todd by himself for a top 10.
Plus 800. I wonder what the head-to-head
Leave that
matchup
alone.
would be against him and Blaney when they put that number out.
That's a tough one.
Todd, Eric Jones.
I wonder if anybody had Gilliland as their winner for the bracket.
Too.
I don't even think Todd's wife has him in the winner.
maybe his parents. I don't know.
Riley's plus 425.
I actually think take Riley, Eric Jones, and Todd Gilliland for the crazy throw.
I ain't even doing that.
Yeah, but I'd do them separate by themselves.
Yeah,
a dollar would win you 120.
Yeah, because Riley's won there in the O'Reilly series. 2311's really good at Indy.
Yeah. Riley's actually been pretty solid. He's had some really good runs.
He was really
last month.
Stubborn this past weekend.
Yeah, but
that was some badass him driving across the nose of Joey.
He's a Denny bro.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, he is.
He was definitely making it hard.
Midway through the race, he held Denny up. Or no, like toward the end of the race, he held Denny up. I think it was early in stage 3. Denny was trying to catch Joey, and he raced him for a lap. And I was like, oh, my man is definitely not coming back to 2311. But then later in the race, he's driving across the nose of the 22 over and over, and Joey had to punt him.
Joey tested the strength of that front bumper.
He did. Well, all right. So we'll do a Gilliland top 10 bet by himself. We'll do a Riley by himself. Who was the other? Oh, Eric Jones?
Yeah.
I probably won't do that one, but
he hasn't been great at Indy.
I mean, nothing against Eric.
They've just had speed
nothing against
lately.
Eric. It's not nothing against Eric. It's just I like the other two are a little more juicy for the excitement you get from trying to make the bet.
I've just seen Eric. I've seen he's had a little more lately than what before, and I've seen it.
Yeah. Oh, he can absolutely do it. I just probably wouldn't worry about it. And our parlay is going to be, was it Bubba?
Bubba and Larson and Reddick.
Yeah. That's too many. Let's pick one between Larson and Reddick.
Ooh.
Pick one.
I go with Reddick.
Larson or Reddick. All right, Reddick. The 23-11 top 10. 23-11 top 10 parlay. Mm-hmm. Go Jordan.
What do you think about these other matchups that are featured this week?
What are the matchups?
Bubba versus Bell.
Oh, dang.
Christopher Bell. I think I take Christopher Bell here. I just feel like Bell's heating up.
Yeah.
I just got a feeling.
He's got the edge to me on that. But
what do you think?
Me too.
What's the predictor say?
My predictor says Bell.
I'd go with Bell too.
Well, then we should put Bell in our top 10 parlay.
Go ahead, Russell, Bell or Bubba Watts? Yes. I didn't hear you.
I go with Bell. Bell over Bubba.
All right. Joey Logano versus Chase Briscoe. I'm gonna take Briscoe. I think.
Agree.
Yeah, I think Briscoe could have a really solid weekend. I think Briscoe could be a real threat this weekend to win.
Yeah. All right, the last one. This is a tough one, actually. Brad Keselowski versus Carson Hocevar.
Hocevar all day.
Damn.
All right.
You hear that, TJ?
That's fine. I love proving the predictor wrong.
Hocevar's been good here.
You'd have said that last week too.
Yeah.
You would have.
Well, all right. I think I think we'll see. All right, man. Appreciate you coming in, Russell. Hey, if you want to win a little bit of money, I think we've got some pretty good bets for you this weekend. Don't you guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I like them. Minus Russell's last one.
All right.
But I mean.
The Dirty Modo segment's brought to you by FanDuel, the premier gaming destination in the United States. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Next week on the show, it's going to be Jamie McMurray hosting with TJ Majors. TJ, you looking forward to that?
Yeah, man. I think Jamie's awesome. I'm looking real forward to it.
Yeah, Jamie is too. So thanks for joining us here in the Arby's studio. Don't forget about Arby's new meat in 3 box. You get more meal for your money at Arby's. We have the meats. We'll see you later.